Alright, guys, we are live. It is Wednesday, November 25th. This is our last trading day we have before Thanksgiving Day tomorrow. Stock, uh, I'm watching SPY to potentially maybe have a cool off day today after our big run we've had these last 2 days here. Um, yeah, let's take a look at what SPY's done here over the last few days and try to figure out where they might be going here today. So, ever since these all-time highs back here when all the market optimism was through the roof, we've basically been going through this huge W pattern, and then we were working our way back down. I had this wedge pattern made out, and they broke down to the downside, but then we had a ton of good news that shot us back up through this top wedge line, which if I highlight it here with a different color, it might be a little bit easier to see. If you guys have been watching this before, you might already know what I'm doing here. But if I turn this one green, you can see that we had this resistance ever since like our all-time high here. We hit it again here, and then right when we broke through it, we used it as resistance here, broke through it, and then had our big green day. So we did go up a lot more in after hours. We tested the top of this blue channel we've been in. That is your strongest resistance you're going to see. Even if it is new all-time highs, that's a resistance line we've been putting in. Because that's the same resistance that we have here and the same resistance that we have here. So we got very close to it there. And then we trended down a bit in after hours. And it looks like now we're down about 22 cents, 23 cents here in after hours. Going into open could open red. I exited a lot of my volatility positions yesterday, as I had a lot of iron condors that were losing money. I had made a lot on those on the days leading up to it, but I basically gave almost all of my profits back because this implied volatility increased so fast on this breakout. So, ignoring this bottom line, we could have just acknowledged this green one as being a resistance up back to the upside, and this breakdown below this one really meant nothing. They found a support here at 354 though, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to delete this red one because we're actually kind of back down below it. We could use it as a resistance, but I'm just going to go ahead and delete it because I think if we're going to be stagnant, we're going to be stagnant. But if we go up, I'm going to be even more surprised. So we'll see what happens. But I actually yawn in here for a sec. Um, I made a YouTube video yesterday right about here. Let me see if I can find where I did it. Where I basically talked about my thought process, trading stock and such, and that I entered a short call credit spread right here, right at this one's open. So we had the MACD line cross the high RSI and a candle confirmed below the 9-period SMA here. I did kind of try to line it up with what I was seeing on the 1 minute as well. If we go back to that point here, we kind of had some stuff happening over here. I wasn't sure how sharp the turnaround would be, but that's why I sold a call credit spread, because I wanted to make a little bit of money. If the stock did nothing or even went up a little bit, I would still make a bit of money. If it is underneath, I believe I had 368 is where they need to stay underneath. So $2 below this level, that's a good $2 above this top blue resistance line that I think we're going to stay within. But can never be sure here in the stock market. So we had that channel breakout happen for the first time in a while. I still stand firm with the fact that this MACD could point to a downtrend here in the future. We're just giving ourselves more room to fall down if and when we do correct. So this might be a good time to actually get in on some put debit spreads while they're way up here. I'll think about that because I am confident we are going to have a correction where we might at least get down to the 340 level. If not, just over the course of a few weeks, trend all the way back down to that 330 level. So we will have to see. Other than that, yeah, we did test that top blue line here in after hours. I was really nervous about that because we flew into it really fast, and then the sellers came in hard, and they were able to hold that level. Let's see, what else do we have here? If we can look at anything here on the 5 minute. Yeah, back under the 180 MA here since the open. So I'm anxious to see how we want to open today. 1 minute MACD, 5 minute MACD, both look a little stagnant right now, both just hanging right there in the middle. And then we have our 1 hour crossing over here, trending down. Our 1 day trying to cross over. It could have crossed over yesterday if SPY did not open $3 higher and then close almost $5 or $6 higher. But that's okay. It just gives us more room to fall. Again, I did short right here, just about, and we'll see where we open. Okay, I think that's it for SPY right now. What I'm going to do now is run through some scanners. I want to try to make this a regular schedule so we kind of know what we're going to be doing all the time. But I do have a couple scanners here. I'm going to go to the, let's see. Let's look at the 1 day Low RSI scanner. Only have 5 of those right now. But this has to be below 30. So this will be on the 1 day. So here's the 1 day. You need to be underneath it on this one to set off my scanner. And it looks like they're not below it on any of the other ones. But yeah, this new low level, it looks like they just failed this support level of 27 even. And they're below that for the first time in a while. What is this? First energy. Okay. Let's look at gold. They have dropped underneath the 180 MA here for the first time in almost a year since the stock market crash, it looks like. So about 8 months was the last time we had gold even try to make it underneath this 180 MA. They dropped under it slightly during the stock market crash, but it looks like they're almost down that low on this thing, which is crazy. KL, I'm not seeing what the name of that company is. They're crossing under, they look like almost the same as gold, the way they've been kind of holding above the 180 MA for a really long time and now cooling off. Root looks like an IPO here as we only have about 20 days of data. And then WPM, I've seen them on here a lot of late. They're dropping. They could be a good dip here soon, not sure. Alright, let's check out the other low RSI scanners. Let's do the 1 hour. That didn't work. Only 2. AZN, AstraZeneca. On the 1 hour, which is right here. Right there, we're down below 52.71 after our big, let's see, that was an option expiration. Was this the Monday they came out with good data? That was this week, right? So it must have been, I mean, they ran up in when the market was actually open. But now they're selling off. Yeah, whenever I look at these things on the low RSI scanner, I'm just trying to entertain myself with the idea that these stocks might be ones to keep an eye on over the next couple of weeks to watch them for a reversal. RETA looks like they had a big, if you look at this, they've been having negative earnings per share a lot. They had a little bit less negative earnings per share than here, but they shot back up to higher than they were after we heard about negative 123. So, wait, 131, not 111. I thought I said 111. That's worse. Why did they go up to almost $190? That's crazy. For anyone wondering why I don't look at electric vehicles, I think they're in a bubble right now, and I'm not comfortable trying to long or short them, because while I think they need to drop, they ignore indicators. I don't trade stocks that ignore indicators because that is not what I came to the market to do. So, we could actually try to make a new scanner here, because I'm making a ton of different scanners, but I want to, I want to play around. I want to make some really cool ones. So maybe we can make one a little bit different about the RSI. We could do rising RSI scanner. We could do the 5 minute in parentheses. 5 minute rising RSI. So with this one, what I can do is have it scan all stocks. We can scroll this down. We can do the last, I think is what we want to do. The last Price is at least 10. I want something that we can do options on. So I put about 10 so we can do a credit spread on it. Volume, I want about 100,000, which it narrows it down quite a lot, but I don't want to worry about other stocks like that are gonna, a lot more are gonna get up into that volume once the market's open, which is when I'm trading options anyway. I'm gonna delete this one, but I'm gonna add a different one for a study. And for this, we're gonna go to custom, and we're gonna do the same thing we did with our other RSI indicators, but we're gonna add something a little bit differently. We're gonna edit this. We're gonna go to the price, close, okay, crosses above, and then this might work. Study RSI value 30. We'll see if that does something. Where's the RSI? Here it is. RSI a value 30. Is that gonna work? No, that's not right. I don't think that's what it would do, because if we try to, that doesn't know we're talking about the RSI. We could do the open actually. Price open. Crosses above. We could just do crosses above their day high. What is that a thing we can look at here? Value, price. Crosses above their high. The open crosses above the high, or maybe the close of the previous one potentially. Greater than or equal to. Let's try this one. Open is greater than or equal to the high, period. 5 minute. Price type, the mark. Let's save that and see if it works. So if the open is greater than or equal to the high over the aggregation period of 5 minutes, then it might work. Okay, let's change the aggregation to 5 minutes. Click OK and see if this potentially works. There'd be another 5-minute rising RSI. Nothing crossing above it on this specific 5-minute one, but we'll probably see a lot more of them later in the day. I'm hoping if that's working the way I want it. I'm thinking I could make a lot of watch lists. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add. Let's see, how would I do that? Add gadget. Watch list. I'm actually gonna close out Trade Flash for now. Just make these a ton of really short watch lists. Because I can do a lot of different scanners over here, and I can have them all be doing different things. So I can do, see, personal, we could do the 1-day 9 SMA confirmation. Bank of America, is that what we want? Yeah. because we are back up above this very key level here for Bank of America. GRMN goes Garmin. Looks like they opened above. Intel rising, good for them. Looks like their 47.35 is a level that would be a tough resistance for them, so if they can break that. These things don't matter. These were actually the legs I had on an earnings play I had on them where I didn't need them to go below that, but they blew through it. I should have looked at how they did it last time, but yeah, that was back then, about a whole month ago. I'm trying to learn how to trade really fast, so 47.35, put 33 basically. We could do create alert on Intel. Create alert on Intel when they cross above 47.35. Create. Not sure if they'll do it today because the 1 hour RSI is pretty high right now, but the lines are trying to cross again, which could point to not a very strong move, but something up to the upside. So there we are. So something like that. Let's see if we can put this price level right where that one is. I think we got it just perfectly. So now it's hidden. I don't even need the red line. We can remove that. So you have this yellow one. We'll see if they cross above. I think that would be a good long for something like that. NIU, looks like they did have an open above, but they, yeah, I mean, those ones where they open up here, but then they just drop down. The scanner needs to pick up on those too. Here's OZON. Look at that chart on the 1 day. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at this wick strength we're getting. No, this is this must have just IPO'd yesterday because this is the all-time chart. I want to make something about this. I love that. Look at that candlestick. Look at the volume here. Love the candlestick pattern we are getting in OZON. Period. That wick worries me though. Period. Decent volume, however. Period. That wick. Decent volume, however. Oh, I'm doing this on the wrong. I have 2 Instagram accounts. I keep forgetting to switch to the one that does the stock stuff. This one? And now we're going to make a post. Okay. Come on. Here is the 1 day chart for OZON, period. Really liking the strength of this last candlestick we're seeing here on high volume, period. The wick to 43.5 worries me though, period. LOL. Make sure people know I'm joking. So let's see, is this an old chart of SPY? This is like, oh no, sorry, I'm not on a broker. I'm on I was on Instagram and that was a picture of mine showing where I was shorting something. I actually got stopped out there because we had this chart breakout. But anyways, here's AT&T's on the chart. they're potentially trending up. They've gone from 28.11 up to 29.44. Good for them. Thursday, November 26th, the market holiday and observance of Thanksgiving. Equity and option markets are closed tomorrow. Yep. So you have 1 day, 9 SMA confirmation. We could do 9 SMA 5-minute confirmation. I kind of have these worded differently. We'll have to fix that. We'll have other watch lists we can make and then mess with all of them. I'm going to check out Hanes Brands today. I haven't looked at them since I exited my position yesterday. Looks like they continued their run up to about 14.90. I sold at about here when we got some MACD lines up here really, really high. And that was where I got out right about there. Looks like they've run up about 10 or so more cents, which would have made me a few more dollars, but I wasn't holding that very many shares. But there was our entry. Here was our exit. We did get in at a bad time, but the 1 hour MACD, 1 day MACD, sorry. Let's see, right here. Got it a couple days before the line cross, and now we're up. So very happy with that. I probably should have held a few more shares, but that was a good day for Hanes. I think we're done with Hanes now. One of my first successful swing trades here with Hanes. I really like that pattern. Probably should have held a bit longer, but I am happy that I got out with the profit that I did. Okay. Why don't we just keep SPY on this one? It's a little bit easier to... I want to do the 1 minute over here. No, you know what? I'm not. Something like this. So 1 minute, 5 minute, 1 hour, 1 day. But when I go to the flexible grid, I have it 1 day, 1 hour, 1 minute, 5 minute. Like this. Actually, no. Should the 1 minute be? Oh, I don't know. I have them mixed up on each one, but I like to look at the 1 minute right here. So trying to validate underneath that level there on the 1 minute. Oh no, that was from earlier. Here we go. We jumped to 363.17, so we might open just about flat on the day. That might give us $1 or $2 premium off this spread we shorted yesterday. All right, just watching for SPY's open. Just wait. So I'm looking into getting a new keyboard, but I'm not sure if I should get one of those keyboards that's got like the missing bottom corner keys. It's like a tofu or something. Trying to educate myself on every little thing that I get, because while I don't want to get a ton of things, I want to get a few nice things. So I want to know what I'm put my money into if I build a custom keyboard. good. So this jump up here, it doesn't look like, was it on news at all? FDA plans to pretend panel meeting on vaccine. Well, that was back at 7:58, so I don't think that affected the news. SPY's looking really close to trying to open green here. It's going to be really close. That looks really good. Let's see how the finished product looks on this thing. Alrighty, got about 1 minute here. Let's see how close we are. 30 seconds. And then we will have our open. I averaged out of a lot of my positions yesterday, so we don't have much to look forward to here right at open. But we'll watch how the market wants to move and maybe use that to figure out if we want to do a couple more short trades here. About 10 seconds now. And then we will be open for the last trading day before Thanksgiving. There we are. That's a big drop there on open. Down about 40 cents. Yeah, there's some more volume on a drop. There's a day low here. That would be a day trade short through, I think. And it looked like it just wicked through that there for a second. Kind of trying to rebound here. So our one spread that we had open overnight is up, I think 20%. Whatever you want to call it. It was 9, now it's 6. 25%. Yeah, so we're basically up that amount. We're up about 2.5% basically. This here. So we're gonna check out the investment account on this smaller one here. See what we've done today. Nothing, because we are not open any positions. We're gonna wait now for, while this is a drop and I do think we're gonna have a big bearish correction, I'm going to wait until we get some indicators to line up for us. I am going to close out my call spread on here though, because I do want to secure some profit for the sake of confidence. I'm going to put in the bid at 4, so it's a little bit much to ask to try to get it filled at 4, but we'll see. If we do, that would be great. That would put us up almost 1% on the day, just on that one little thing that we want. Let's see. Or I can't really do much. Just want to wait for the open to go by, so then we can look for some trades when the liquidity slowed down a little bit. I'm not going to risk too much. What is this? GMK dark. Those are the ones I want. GMK. key dark key set. So, looking for a lot of different things to add to my thing here. I don't know if they're going to be available, or I might just have to do some stuff myself with it. Yeah, it looks like these enthusiast keyboards are really hard to get your hands on. I wonder if painting a motherboard would void the warranty. Might be auto. I'll get that to work. So Black 3.0 doesn't work very good on those keyboards. Okay, I just won't do that then. KBD fans is what it was. So we'll see how much we want to drop off here. I'm actually gonna move my ask up. I just want to close it for some profit here. Basically, the premium overnight. Really like that. Take 5 if we don't get filled at 5. We're gonna hold it. Actually, you know what? I just want to hold it because I'm thinking after Thanksgiving, I could probably just. Hopefully, it's not too late here. I put it at a higher bid. Cancel? Okay, we got it canceled. Good, just hold it to expiration. We'll see what happens. But we are falling now still. So that was kind of cool. So here's your sell-off. We're down now 0.2% on the day. Broke down through some lows, but I'm going to wait for a 354 break. That is a while away, but that's where I'm sure that we're going to get a good big break. Every one of these is sold out? Okay. Okay. There's a big confirmation back up. All right. And then what was the One thing I wanted here. Oh, so we'll watch that. Again, we're gonna wait till after the half-hour mark to do anything there. Can't tell if that's cream or white. So they are kind of trying to consolidate there in that area, moving around a bit. A lot lower volume now, back under the 100,000 or so level volume. So we'll see what type of reversal we might try to get here. Watching closely. Red day is kind of what I was looking for. So really nothing right now to look at, because I mean this is kind of what I was thinking was going to happen. I like this one. It's just all black. I think we'll do that one. Can I share a cart with somebody? Gonna look like they want to go down and test new lows. We'll see. Save 2 yen. I was planning on paying in dollars. No, that's not what I wanted. Okay. So let's see if we have everything. You'd have PCB, the case file, the plastic case, actual keycaps, the CNC aluminum plate. Where's the keycap set? I need to add it in there. One, two, three, four, five, six. Let's see, I want to send this to someone. Okay. Close that out for now. Move this back over here. All right, up 0.8% now on the day on the small account. Good rebound from yesterday. Could make you could probably go up to almost 1% total, I think, on the day if it drops another cent. And if it drops enough today, I think we'll see that. I am going to watch for some other turnarounds here. Potentially a rebound. Yesterday would have been a great time to buy some put debit spreads. Oh, nothing really exciting. I mean, they just dropped off like I thought they would. Breaking confirmed ransomware attack forces Baltimore County Public Schools to close. Ransomware attack. That's not good. Well, let's keep watching these stocks here. Let's go to this here. And we're going to look at this over here. Okay, done with that. Okay. Let's see, what could we be looking for from SPY? They tested that bottom again, 362.33. That might be another good short. I'm potentially trying to day trade a debit spread. We can look and see how many day trades we have. We have 2 day trades, so we could try one here. Let's have a quick look at how our condors are looking on the long term. I got squeezed out of a lot yesterday here on the small account because of the volatility. I did not like to see that at all. But it looks like they would have rebounded pretty nicely if I would have held 1 or 2 of them. That's okay. I'll just have to take that as a little lesson here. So let's go to the Friday ones. We can buy a put at the money. 362 put, sell the 361 put. That's what we could do. Be 36 bucks. And we could try to fill it on a break through new lows. Let's see if there's any other levels we could look at here. I don't think there's really anything. I mean, as soon as they break down through this, there's really no key levels. Could be right back down. Have about 5 minutes here before our trade window kind of opens for us, the one I kind of allow for myself. But it does look like we're seeing what could be a 3-bar play here. Short here, then white candle here. So we could short up here and potentially see something down there. With the MACD indicators and everything, I'm going to ignore everything until I just see a break through that low of a 23. We'll say 20 is where we'll try to fill. Let's put the line at 22. Because I'm definitely not going to place this trade unless I know that it's going to be heading down for a little while. And I think a new low could do that for us. That's kind of what I plan to do as my long-term trading strategy eventually, is to day trade debit spreads. Because you can get a really low risk, but a very high reward. So we're going to watch for a new break, and then we'll short it. Low MACD on the 1 minute, I might want to wait for a turnaround first. With the implied volatility so high, I'm thinking about, you know what, I'm going to wait. We can basically mental trade and see what happens. Right now, the ask is 37 and the bid is 35. On a breakdown through, it's probably going to go up $1 or so like that. So now the ask is 38, the bid is 36. And we will see how that price is affected here. Right up to 40. So there's a $3 there. That's 10%. 10% on that tiny move. Can you believe that? You'd have to take out commissions from that, so you might need about 5 for commissions to make that fine. But now the ask is now 40. You could have probably got filled at 39 or so. But yeah, there's $3 on a broker that doesn't have commissions. That's a full 10%. But on a broker with commissions, you might get a better fill, potentially still make those $2 to $3. So we'll keep watching to see if it actually is going to fall now. I've seen debit spreads go up 1,000% overnight back when we had a gold move. That was crazy. But yeah, there's your moneymaker right there. That new low, break down through there, and now they're selling off pretty hard. Spread's now worth 43. So we've been about 20%. All right, well, I'm going to let you guys keep watching that for a sec. I have to go take a quick break. I'll be back in a sec. I'll see what that spread's worth here back when I got back, but potential entry, we'll put it in here for text. At the money debit spread for you could have gotten filled at about 37 cents. So that's what we could have done. We're going to edit these properties. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. All of the trades I place are my own risk and are done for educational purposes only. Sharing it with you guys, I hope makes you guys understand the market a bit better. But I can't be held liable if you guys go put money on it too. So, alrighty. Well, we'll see how that looks when I get back here in about 10 minutes. We'll see. And yeah, we're ending the stream early today. But yeah, it is almost the top of the hour. I'm going to go take a quick break and I'll be right back. I have returneth. Okay, there's your drop on checking the spread here. It's now worth 43 bucks. So it's worth 43 right now, so that would be basically about 12-13%. I'm thinking now that wouldn't be 20 if it went up to 40 something, because if you got in at 37, not 30. Oh wow, there's a drop. Spread's now worth 44. The spread's getting wider though, so you would need a good fill, good broker for good fills to actually get in on something like that for as good of a deal as it would have been. 45. Yeah, so we can keep an eye on that and just see what it would have been worth. What if we entered here at the break of that level there, we could have gotten a fill at 37 on basically any broker, and we're going to see what it would have been worth if we held it. So one thing I was thinking about when I was away was what is the time frame that we want to be holding a position for? How do we get a ballpark estimate of depending on what time frame we use, how long we should be holding that position? And I kind of thought about that for a bit. I'm like, one thing you could do is go back, look at past trades, and see how long you would have held it until that move was over. So if we saw here in SPY the first candle to open above the simple moving average, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, about 3 weeks. So we could say if we use the 1 day, we want about 3 weeks of time. So what I can do is I can go, so about 15 periods there. Here on the 1 minute, looking a bit different. Because we do have an open up below here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's 16. And now we're kind of reversing. I wonder if this could be the end of the move. Is it about 15 candles? Is that our secret? Well, I don't want to sound like I have this planned out and that it turns out it is 15. I have absolutely no idea if that's going to be the case. But let's look at some other time frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm seeing a pattern already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then it went up. Okay, it's about 10 on the 1 hour here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So on the 1 hour, it looks like it's about 10. Let's look at all of these. Let's just do all of these here. Let's just type in on what time frames, what amount of time should we have held it for that would have been a good amount for let's see, average stock movement length, something like that. We'll fix that later if we think we need to. On the 1 day, an average move, which is when we say move, we just mean starting at the first candle to open above or below the 9 period SMA, how many candles do we have until that movement is over? So on this one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then our 16th one was the one that closed below. So that would be part of the next movement. So this we're going to call 15. And we can go back and we can work out some other ones and see what the average time would have been. For instance, here it's kind of a mess here with the words, but if I zoom in, you can kind of count these. 1, let's see, is it the open of the one after? No, it's the first one to open above, so this would have been your long. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That would have been your open. Okay. So 15, it is 15 still. Then on the next one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're gonna categorize this out. On bullish, because we can work out these probabilities going really far back, just manually work it out. Bullish, we have a 15. Bearish, we have a 12. Now here on the next bullish move, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We're actually in a movement here. So let's put that at the very end of our pattern. 16 plus, because we're still in that move, although we are starting to go down. So we can work out what our average thing is here. We can just go back and we can average out what all the last movements have been. 16. And then 12 is our last bearish movement we've seen. So we can now work our way back through time and calculate the last moves. Here's where a bearish trend would have started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It depends on whether or not you want to count that one. That was kind of a consolidation hitting that level. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Bearish, we had a 15, and I'm kind of adding it onto a sheet down here. This bullish trend before was pretty crazy. You might have considered it 2 bullish trends, depending on, let's see, let's just go backwards from it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 27. Actually, no, because this would be 26, 25. This would be the one where you started your move. So we have a 25 that looks like that was preceded by just not the beginning of a bearish trend, but the end of a bullish one. See, here's the bullish one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we can start working out all of these averages and find out about what we're at. So we've had a 17, we've had a 25, we had a 15, we had a 16 plus that we're working on now. So that one could be coming to its end. That might be a little thing we have to look at here. See if there's any other things back here. Would this count as a bearish trend? Because what you would want to do is probably exit a position if you get the candle to open and close above like this. So that would be the end of your bearish trend. But you did have the trend down, which is kind of uncharacteristic in this case. But so be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's just put 8 because that one would have squeezed you out. Then you had another one start. 1, 2, 3, 4, basically. So we had an 8 and then we had a 4. Because we're not going to count those as together because we would have been stopped out of it right there on that move. Here on the bullish trend before, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Move there was 17 days long. Another 17-day long trend. 2 17s in a row. And then we kind of have a mess here. See what that spread's worth now for SPY. Only 40, so we must be, yeah, we're bouncing back now. Let's see from the entry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that would have been your exit. So on the 1 minute chart, are we saying that you should be in the trade for about 10 minutes? All right, here's something. Low RSI, low MACD line cross, candle opens above. This is the start of your move. 1, 2, 3. We just opened a fourth. We'll see where we are in 10 minutes. But your arrow, see, you would have entered the trade right here. So let's actually move it up here and turn it upside down. I'm trying to simplify all this stuff for you guys and may have potentially found some strategies that could work very well. This is where we'd short it right there at the money debit spread for 37 cents. 10 candles later, you could have closed it at 43. Come on. Ten candles later, closed for 43. What we could do later is actually go back and see how the option price moved in that time. We had that the difference between the at the money one and the first one out of the money changed by 6 cents. But that doesn't give us what the exact prices of the options were. 10 candles later, we could have closed at 43. That was about a 75-cent move. Here in the bullish move you have here on the 1 minute. This would be your candle where you get in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't worry about 5 more candles. Maybe it'll be up about here, and that's when you close. 10 candles later, about 10 candles is something we're seeing on the chart here. What we can do is we can go back and see what we want to know actually. What's more important, knowing when the move ends or knowing where the profit's going to be the biggest? Because if we want bigger profit, what if we get out when the indicators haven't necessarily told us yet, but time is on our side? You could try that. That debit spread is back down to 35, so if you're still holding it, you're down 2 cents here, which makes sense because we're trending up now, and then we have we're a little bit higher than we were when it was priced at 37. The downward move can put some implied volatility on it, a little bit of extra extrinsic value when the stock is heading that direction, and then the turnaround. And now that we're running up more, this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 candles in. See, I would not do it here with the candle open below the 9 SMA here, even though it turned out good, because the RSI wasn't high, and the MACD lines, while they were crossing, was way below the 0 line. You would need a much larger scale to do that for you. Some more of this date calculation I'll do later, but I'm actually really fascinated by that. It looks like the sweet spot over the last 5 has been about 17 days. 16 or 17 days if you want to get out with the best profit. I mean, in this case, you would have got your max profit probably here at 4. But it's not always going to work like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then your max profit would have been realized at about 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Would have been realized at 11. So maybe we're realizing that the max profit is normally made at about 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 that time, potentially 13. But 11 could have been your take profit there. Very interesting math I'm noticing here. They're finding support on this level we used as resistance earlier. Could be a head and shoulders pattern coming in, I'm thinking. Morgan Stanley downgrades Ford. Okay. So the question is, how many candles on average do we wait to take max profit? It looks like here it would have been 10. Any other spots where you would have seen something? Maybe would not have shorted here, but it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I found something, guys. I might have found something. Let's not count after hours because we're not trading options then, so that part's irrelevant. This is some crazy oscillation here going into close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 potentially there. That test of the double bottom might be an out if you saw it not wanting to go back down there. Then you got confirmed up here. You're like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? I would wait for some indicators to line up as well with me before I decide to do something like that. Because, I mean, look, this MACD's a mess. The RSI is around 50. Where's place from the MACD would have been good? Right here. Here's a MACD line across low RSI. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to have to start backtesting this. I might have to delete this stream and not let people see it because I might have found something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here's a move down. MACD above. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That could have been something. I definitely would not have kept going here with the MACD. But yeah, here's your cross. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm liking this strategy. I'm going to try it sometime. Maybe if we see a good area to do it today. Actually, I do have to go in about half an hour. I'm probably going to have to end up here in 30 minutes, but that's really interesting. So, that would imply that a 1 hour move on the 1 hour chart, it would take about 10 hours for that move to achieve its full profit. So the 1 hour is kind of in a tough spot for us because if you want to enter in options and exit 10 hours later in options, you can't do that. There's not enough time in the day where you can actually wait 10 hours and then exit your options. So why even go off the 1 hour? If we go off, say, the 30-minute, we could potentially enter something and exit it by the end of the day. But the 30-minute would be the longest thing we could do. We would need the indicators to line up going into the day. That's from earlier. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you break that level, so that's probably the most you're going to get out of that. You have the line cross now going down, but the RSI isn't that high. The MACD isn't that high. This could be a short. We can see what happens if we did short it. Say you got it at 362.01. What's an at the money debit spread right now? The put spread. We bought the 361 put for 104. Actually, it's the 362 put now. And sell the 361 put 39 cents. This is the same one from earlier. So say we got a fill at 39 right here. Then we start our counter. Back in at 39. We're going to edit these properties. You can say bottom, I think is where we want it. No, we don't want that. Let's actually flip this back around. I want the arrow on the other side. Edit properties, top. That's what we want. Okay. And that's about the minute that we do it on. Very interesting. This is like a big 3-bar play right now. I mean, look at the 5-minute. Where would you have realized your max profit here? About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles. So it's obviously not always going to be 10. I didn't think it was that good to be true. But what I do think right here is that the first 30 minutes, I don't want to trade here. We didn't have the indicators line up either. So maybe if we wait for 5-minute MACD line cross and then we try the long, see if about 10 candles is what we need. One thing I've noticed is that I don't think the 5-minute move has started yet to the upside, while the candles are showing that it might have. I wouldn't, because the MACD, I think, is trying to turn up too sharply right now. I don't like the look of the MACD. The RSI popped up to 45. It's at 42 now. It's a little high, so I don't think our downtrend is done. If we did try to get in at our debit spread here at 39, it's now worth 37. So we didn't follow our indicators correctly, as they were not high enough. The RSI was at about 50. So that would have been a bad entry. We do not want that entry. All right, just a second here. I have to mute the mic for something. Okay. Yeah, let's see. That could have been an entry, but I'm still not going to consider it one. Would have been a false breakout. We can still see what would have happened if you simulate it. So if we got in at 37, sold it at 43, got in at 39, see what we can sell it for now. Now it's back up to 39. We want about 4 or so cents profit at least for it to be considered a profitable trade, depending on whether or not you're doing commissions or not. And I'll obviously have to run some analytics on it and see what's going to be the most profitable strategy, whether it's tons of commissions through debit spreads, or if you want to just get at the money options and just say, okay, take about $1.50 off of it. So really I need $2 profit to at least finish a bit ahead of break even. A $1 above wouldn't work. So you didn't necessarily have your MACD line cross here, but we're going to assume that just for the sake of following this 9-period SMA pattern here, that this is where we got in, and we're on our 6th candle now. I mean, it's up to 40 right now, so we're up on it. Um, would have been back down to 37 over here, so you could have maybe even averaged into this if you were that confident. If we had if we had started that move then and said, okay, well, it's not done. We think it's going to go down. So I'm watching a floor here. They got a new level they're putting. I love this level they set. They've been jostling with that level all day. But 361.90 looks like our support. We'll see if that breaks. And if that breaks, that would make our little simulated trade here profitable. And I'm working on configuring the watch list on the side, just for a lot of different watch lists that I want to set up here. Lots of volume in, over 100,000 on this candle, trying to push SPY back up. Lots of profit takers. I didn't check what the call credit spread was here, but this would have been potential profit for the break there. So if this candle closes above the 9-period SMA, then that would be a loss, I think. I would not hold it through that. Not unless we think that that level is a resistance and we can try shorting more, where at this point it's now down to 37 cents, basically what we bought it for here. Yeah, that would be your stop. Getting out at 37. So you'd have lost 2 on this side. After commissions, you'd be about break even. But the MACD was not as strong here. This would have been a better long right here. Right there on that open. So edit properties. Long, but I don't know what the price of the debit spread was at that point. Long entry, potentially. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you take your profit on the highest price there. Long exit. I love charting out this stuff. It's going to make all these other charts look gross, but we're going to change this one to green. Right about there would be your long exit. About 10 candles later. And then you could, maybe if you got out on the wick, that would have been nice. All right, got to take a phone call real quick. Okay, I'm gonna have to wrap up the stream here real quick. Reason I had to end the stream today is kind of it moved up, so I have to wrap here. Um, anyways, there's your long entry, your long exit. I don't know what the difference in price with the debit spreads would have been here, but failing that support would have been an exit if you did not exit on the 10th candle. This one you enter here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 would have been your best one, even though we were way out there. I mean, we're more concerned about max profit, right? So anyways, I'll do a bit more back testing on this. I think this is really exciting. I might make a video on it later too, so we'll see. Anyways, that's gonna be it for today. I'll try to do a 3-hour stream on Black Friday if the markets are open. Close out some positions and look at some potential debit spread trades. Get into the groove of doing those trades. Is that something I'd like to do eventually? And then I think that is it. So anyways, thank you guys for watching today. I'll be back potentially Friday for a full length, and then we'll see what happens next week. Anyways, until